Hello guys, welcome back to my craft room. My name is Whitney Lucas with Crafty Thoughts Whatnots, and today is going to be a hoop wreath for the holidays. I've got a gold metal hoop here, and then I've got a bunch of goodies in greens and cream and some pine cones. This is going to be on a door for probably through the holiday season into January. So this is going to be kind of neutral, but a little bit still, end of yearish. Again, the pine cones are going to come in. Lots of greens and cream. Okay, I have never made one of these before. I looked up some techniques. I've looked up some ideas. I'm going to try a few things I saw, and let's see if it works out. If it doesn't, then this video will never make it to my channel. Otherwise, you'll be watching it. So, my assortment of greenery I have here is all Michaels and Hobby Lobby. Some of these were they were born. That's actually funny. Some of these were purchased recently, like a couple days ago. I did get these pine cones. This is a fall clearance from Hobby Lobby, but this is also an old Hobby Lobby purchase. These different type of bush of lamb's ear. This is also Hobby Lobby, but this is Christmas, so it's current. These are Michael's Christmas from last year. If you needed to know, you can get these at these lamb's ear stems at Hobby Lobby all the time. And then this was these beautiful flowers here were literally just 2 days ago at Michael's on their fall clearance. And these little guys are Michael's, but they were fall also, I believe. Yeah, they're a fall. I got them earlier in the fall season. So that's pretty much what I'm using. This is an 18-inch gold hoop ring. I bought this on Amazon. It is linked in my Amazon store. So if you go into my description or into the first pinned comment below, you will be able to click on that and find this under the projects tab. I got 4 of them. You get 2 18-inch and 2 10-inch, I believe, for $22. So that ends up being about a little bit more than $5 each, which is a very good price. This is a gold one, and the 18-inch is a perfect size because that's about a normal average door wreath size. Those are awesome. I also am going to put in, almost forgot, sorry guys about the noise. I got these eucalyptus stems here from Amazon, and I love every bit of it. For some reason, eucalyptus seems to be so expensive locally for me. So I got 18 of these here for $14, and that is a crazy good deal. Now there's like 4 or 5 different kinds. There's some with some white berries, there's some with pink berries, then there's some with a different shaped leaf, but all the eucalyptus is a really good price. You get 18 pieces of them. I'm very happy with them. So I put these also in my Amazon store. So if you did the gold hoop ring and the eucalyptus, if you guys wanted to use those, go on in there and take a look through my Amazon store. I am an affiliate with them, so every little qualified purchase gets me a small commission and helps me out greatly. So anything you guys can do regarding that would help me out. Feel free. Otherwise, you can get hoops at any craft store locally. I don't know if you can get them in gold. And of course, eucalyptus is available everywhere. You just have to pay more for it. So this was a crazy good price for this size pick, and I loved it. I also like the detail on the leaves. And these are also wired, so you can bend them and move them around. But they're also very lightweight, and they're very good. I was very happy when I bought them. So I put them in my Amazon shop so I can share that with you guys. And then lastly, for the bow on top, I'm going to use some old ribbon. This is an old Paper Mart purchase. This is Paper Mart ribbon from very, very long ago. It says it's bubble ribbon, so it's got a cute little detail on it, kind of like a satiny. It is wired, but I will be taking the wire out of it because we want the bow to be floppy and kind of loose at the top of our ring. And then I just purchased this a couple days ago at Hobby Lobby. This is Christmas ribbon, but it is the perfect green color to match what we're doing here in this whole entire idea. So I'm also going to take the ribbon or the wire out of this too. One roll enough for most projects. I don't know if this is wired. It doesn't say it's wired, so I may have purchased some ribbon that wasn't wired by accident, but I don't mind. I mean, most of this stuff from Hobby Lobby is always wired. I think it is, but in any event, if it is wired, we're taking the wire out because we don't need a stiff bow for the top of the hoop. We want a nice, loose, floppy bow. So that's what we got, you guys. So let's get started. I got a bunch of zip ties too. I got my glue gun ready to go because obviously not all these picks are just going to get bundled into one little group. But yeah, I got some various zip ties here I'm going to use, and then I have an idea of what I'm going to do, and I really hope it works out. So just 1 second, guys. We'll be right back and we'll get started. Alright, so what I'm doing here is we've got all of our little supplies here off to the side. This is our 18-inch gold hoop ring. She's definitely got a presence. It's going to be very, very pretty, and it is a very shiny gold. It's very, very pretty. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to lay this down in front of me. Some of these larger picks, definitely these 2 lamb's ear stems, and then these pine stems here that I got are definitely going to just stay in one piece. I will cut them down as far as here on the actual stem part. I am going to cut them down since that's a little bit too long. So let's just get some of this length off of here. So it just doesn't want to work with me. 1 second, guys. Jeez, I need one of those stem cutters. I'm lacking today, you guys. I'm lacking. What is this made out of, man? And this isn't even that substantial of a stem. It's a dang pine stem. Is this what the Terminator's made out of? Jeez. Man, that's ridiculous. There's 3 pieces of metal in there. Can you see that? Again, this thing, it's not even that substantial. I've seen bigger flowers or prettier stuff on them have like less wire in them. Oh my gosh. And I am not a dainty little desert. I mean, I am a beautiful desert flower, but I'm just saying. I got some muscles behind me. I've been doing this for a while. Anyways. So I'm going to kind of curl these around, because these first ones here are definitely just going to be our, let me curl these around. I'm going to put this, these lamb's ear down first, and I'm going to kind of curl these with the hoop going this way, and with the hoop going this way. And then same thing with this. I'm going to take the main stem in here, this main long branch here, and I'm just going to curve it around. Just going to bend a little curve into it so it kind of curves with our piece. Now, it might not curve since this stuff doesn't want to cut. It probably won't curve either. Jeez, it's... Alright. And I'm going to cross these here at the bottom. And these will peek out on the sides of each other. Okay. Now, for our eucalyptus. Just throwing in ideas here, guys. I have to see how all of this is going to work, or if it will work. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is just going to be as simple as most of these videos made them look. I don't want to use wire because the paddle wire looked like a nightmare. It just looked crazy and not in my list of things to do, if you know what I mean. So, where did I put my zip ties? Let's try this out and see how this works out first. So these zip ties are supposed to be designed to hold the majority of our goodies in place. And I chose black because I felt that white might pop through the front of the arrangement, just in case there's an issue where you can see some of this, because it is going to be used to secure the hoop down, or to secure our goodies down to our hoop in a few different places, and there might be multiple ones as well. So there's that piece. Still put something in there. I'm going to cut most of this off of there for our pine cones. And see, my concern is like here in the middle. We're going to put those big, pretty flowers here in the middle as well. I just want to make sure that there was room for them as we work our way up. Losing my glue gun here. So I'm kind of feeding my eucalyptus under that zip tie I put in already, because there's enough room there. So I'm going to pull this guy in here, kind of branch it out a little bit. And yes, I'm going to use the same, I'm going to mirror the same piece, project pieces from here to here, but I'm not going to mirror, you know, the way the branches are. So this branch will curve in, this one will curve in, and this one will curve out, and that one will curve out. They're going to be different. So this eucalyptus might come down more, and that lamb's ear up, and then vice versa on the other side, or it might be just a little the same, but also a little different. I don't want anything to look identical, because that's not what we're doing here. We're not looking for identical anything. So the zip ties are just going to hold some stuff in place for us while we get more things situated. We may end up tying some down and taking some other ones out. So literally just ignore these little strings right here, because for now, all we're doing is we're just trying to get a good placement. All I want is a good placement, so then I can make, you know, I can commit to other items later or in a different order, so on and so forth. I'm going to save those there because we're going to need those probably after we attach the flowers, because I don't want them to either be lost in the mix or covered, or you know, I don't want to place them in the wrong spot. Just not yet, not too soon. And some of these other things we're going to glue in, little tiny pieces we're going to glue in. Now this is a different texture of pine. I'm going to glue this in a different spot so that you'll see that as an accent. That's why there's only one pick of this. It's not one of the ones that's like detrimental. We're not going to, oh, we need to have the identical pick on the other side. Definitely wanted lamb's ear to have its own presence, and it does. So that makes me happy. And so I'm just making sure that I get both the stem of this pine pick and then the stem of our lamb's ear pick back here. And I'm going to put my zip tie around that. And also one of my main concerns was, since I've never made something like this, I was very, very concerned with it falling apart. You know, I'm just not used to using some of these supplies where that could be a possibility. Especially when I'm using like zip ties and zip ties and wire possibly, but no glue. So there's going to be some glue in here, just not a lot. And again, the black isn't going to show through so much on the front as a white zip tie would. So I chose black. I have both black and white in my, you know, my stashes. It's kind of like a normal supply for me. It's very common for me to have a white zip tie. Okay, I'm very happy with how this is coming along here. The greens and the pine cones are making me happy. So I'm going to move it along over here to this side. And again, there's still the possibility I'm going to add some more zip ties when I want to zip tie in these extra pieces. And I might end up just leaving them all in, you know. I might just, it might just be one of those things where it's just going to be more secure. So that would make me happy, and that's what I'm kind of going for. Actually, this is a bunch I've already used. So I'm going to push that to the side. I might add those in with glue, but these guys here, I'm going to put one on each side in the middle. I put a eucalyptus here, and here I'm going to put these little white berry little picks. Well, they're not really berries. They got little tiny yellow berries on them, but they're more like a whitish leaf type thingamajig. You know, that's a technical term there, guys. Thingamajig. I got 20. Now, it's already kind of connected in the middle because this is one of those little weird picks from Michael's. It was $1.99 and I got it for 50% off, so I got it for 99 cents. And it's one of those things where it's got like this little connector in the middle of it, and I think that might work to our advantage, so I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to kind of like bend it out into a few different weird positions before I find somewhere to nestle her in. Next time I'll put the eucalyptus under the lamb's ear, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I just layered that kind of in a eucalyptus lamb's ear, and then the Michael's pick, and then the more of this pine pick on top of it. It's really just kind of layering it here and then moving some of these leaves and some of the greenery around just to get your zip tie in. Just get it in a good position, and then just to hide it. That's all I want to do. Get it into position and hide it. And on that one, I zip tied one of the lamb's leaves, so that one's definitely going to have to come out. And I didn't get my pine piece in there. My pine piece should be in there too. All right, so I'm going to have to cut this one out right now, just to make sure I can get it in a good spot. So remember, these are pretty inexpensive, so don't worry about, you know, if you're wasting zip ties, you'll be all right. Just kind of finding a sweet spot on all the little stems, all the little main parts of those picks. The thicker pieces, the thicker pieces of it that are like right in the center. I'm grabbing that, and then basically I'll push this down to the middle and then use the rest of the foliage and stuff to to come up here and hide that. And no worries about these little sticks and stems and stuff. We're going to curve them with the rest of the wreath here, and it will be covered. We will have coverage. Very happy with this so far, guys. I have very good feeling about this. Remember, don't forget we've got those really pretty cream flowers that are going to come in and hide some of this. So we're layering all that greenery, and that's looking so cute. Okay, I'm very happy with all this here. I'm very happy. I'm going to cut this guy off here because I added the other little bushlet. Like a little tiny baby bushlet. And I want to get that kind of in there together with all that good stuff here. So once I get more of a solid work through on that side, I will put a zip tie here in the middle, but I'm not going to put it so tight. I'm going to leave it flat because we're going to have to hot glue our flowers in, and we want to have a substantial amount of, you know, roughage, I guess you could call it. We want to be able to have it something, we want to be able to have something for it to grab onto. So far so good. We work on this side again. I'm going to put this guy in here in the middle. Alright, so far I'm very happy with what we have going on here. Let me twist this around for you. Actually, I don't even know if you can see it all that well. It's a fairly large project. I don't know if I can push this back more. It's got a decent presence. It's very pretty. I'm very happy with what we have so far. And then when I'm looking at it back here, there's not a lot on the back there that's causing me much concern. I'll flip it over so you can see it. This eucalyptus probably could put another zip tie in here to hold that in. This side's pretty much secure. I'm happy with this. I'll grab one more zip tie. And then I'm going to hot glue in the other parts. See, this back piece here this is going to go up against your door, so we're going to try to glue some goodies on here and make this as smooth as you can on the back so that not too much will scratch the door. I don't want anything scratching the door. Front doors are a little bit different. I used to have a wreath on my pantry door at all times, and it scratched the life just badly. The door hanger scratches it, the actual wreath scratched it, whether it was a grapevine or a an evergreen base. It literally just ate my door up. And that was just an indoor pantry door, but still. Every little bit counts. You don't want your stuff messed up, man. See if I can get this to lay flat, or if it's just going to keep, pulling up on itself. It's not flat, but it's pretty solid together-ish, I could say. The stems on the back are a little loose. It's okay. Definitely okay. Looking good. Okay, so there's those guys. I'm going to try putting one of these in right now. The bow is going to go at the top of the hoop. Let's just try to and see what happens. The bow is going to go up here at the top of this. So we won't have too much to stress on too much as far as putting a ribbon down here and all this chaotic rigmarole that I'm doing. Alright, so that's glued in, so that gives it a little bit of texture there, and I love that. And then over here I want to find a different spot. Looks like it's going to be kind of in the same area. Just gives it a little bit more of texture, a little bit more dimension. And I love that the different pines mixed together just look so good together. All these greens are making me happy. I'm telling you guys I was not meant to live in the desert. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing the end of that into like a Y portion of that pine pick I have here. So one of the branch parts that the plastic comes off of the branch at, so there's Y portion, I'm putting that pick right down there in the center of that Y. So it's gluing itself to a lot of the goodies in there, and it's not going to be any, you shouldn't have any worries as far as, losing traction. It's definitely going to be glued on. It's got a good home. It's not going to go nowhere, hopefully. Famous last words. Okay, so I can add those in at the end. I've got a couple pieces here that I can add in for accent of this last little bush here. Some of these I might add in. This is the different type of lamb's ear bush I got at Hobby Lobby. So those are my other pieces. And I still have a couple. I have 4 more on this pick. I don't think I'm going to use all 4 of those at all. That would be too much. But let's start with the flowers. Now, I purchased these because, look how stinking gorgeous they are. And they were 80% off. Who can say no to 80% off? I mean, I can't. I didn't plan on it, so. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them. I think it might be too much. So I think I'm definitely going to use let's see, I'm definitely going to use one of these large barrels. Well, let's see how she lays. So these you got to cut pretty much almost all of it off of the stem. And I'm a little worried about it falling apart. So let's see what happens when we cut the majority of this stem off. I want to just look at the back of the flower. See if I can see anything. Also, I might take it and kind of run it sideways a little. Gosh, look how beautiful. It's just so pretty. Love it. Look at it. So I cut the majority of that off. You see, I left that much of the stem, and that might be too much. We'll have to see when we go to take it and lay it flat. I'm going to put glue under the stem part here because I don't like cutting flowers this short. Usually you have issues with it. So before that happens, I'm gluing the back of that stem down on there fairly decently. Save that. I'm definitely going to use the smaller version of the same one that comes with this cute little bud. So we're going to cut her a little bit longer on the sides. Same thing with the stem. The stem portion we're going to cut longer as well, so we can curve that in. Just take stuff and curve it in with your project. I need some more zip ties. I don't, because here's the thing. When we're getting into some of these connections here, they're going to be super thick. So I don't want too much of it to be glue. The glue is going to have way too much stress on it. You see all these thick branches here? That's a lot. So, and we're going to add some leaves to the back and glue in order to cover some of that stuff, so we won't have to worry too much about any of the bad touching the door. And that's definitely in there, so we can bend that forward some. Same thing here. Okay. I might use all of those flowers. Didn't think I would, but I might be doing that. And I watched a few people, and they glued the flowers on like so, and then just cut the stems super short. I'm very worried about ruining things like that, but let's try it. I'm going to leave the majority of this stem on here. I'm going to cut that off. I'm super worried about it, but we'll see how it goes. Now I have 2 other flowers, so I should probably do the one for the center down here first and put these other 2 kind of up higher. Yeah. Can't get over how fluffy and beautiful these are. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. They're gorgeous. So these I'm gonna zip tie down, and I'll just glue the one. So let's get these girls definitely situated where we want them. And don't forget our pine cones. I have an idea. Sorry guys, definitely quiet because I'm just trying to, you know, whistle while I work kind of thing. It's just something about these flowers are too squished together. I need to bring this in more, and I think I need to leave these out, which is why I'm upset that I've cut these that short. So I might try to incorporate them in other places, but they're just a little bit too, very too small. So I'm gonna push this in further. Push these down in pretty much further. Let me hold this up, guys, see if this is working out for what I'm trying to do. The whole entire thing came out. Glue that guy back in. I'm going to take some eucalyptus stems here, these new ones I have. I'm going to cut them pretty short so that there's only about 1 inch in between. And I'm going to lay them in here like this and just kind of crisscross them like that in the middle. Push them up a little bit. So we need to fill some space. Literally right there in the middle. Okay, I'm making bundles out of these guys. So I have a piece of eucalyptus, I have the bud, and I have the small flower, and I'm bending them all straight. And I'm zip tying these in the middle. Okay, same thing with this. Eucalyptus, bud, small flower. Let's take the bend out of that flower. So everything's kind of laying flat together. And I'm zip tying it on top of all of this in the middle. Now, I love the concept and the way these look, but I'm just not sure that I'm confident in the construction. See, like, there's that. This one's super loose because I'm zip tying around so much stuff. Sorry guys, gotta lift this up. It's zip tight. Needs to be pulled around a branch. There we go. Okay, I believe I'm happy with the placement of this, so I'm going to try to glue this flower down and get it to stay. I'm pretty sure I need to just glue the one side because the main adhesion is going to be on the base of this flower. Just like that. Got a good amount of glue on that. I'm kind of happy with that. I know it's dripping right down. It's dripping down right now, but I'm fine with it. Another idea. Okay, found another home for some more of this different textured pine. And I'm also putting the glue on the zip ties too, so I guess that's a good thing. It's going to hold the pine in, and I guess that's double duty, so yeah, I can put some hot glue on it and make sure that that holds some things in place. Yep, looking good, looking good. Making me happy. I love the smell of hot glue in the morning. Ouch. Okay, let me move some of these goodies out of the way. I want to see if I can still put those other two flowers in there. These are gorgeous flowers, and I cut the stems so short, I just don't know if it's going to look bad or not. So let's take a peek and see if we can add them in. Actually, real fast, I'm going to do this first. I'm just cutting this and gluing this into a piece in there. Looks good there. I'll put glue on this. I didn't put my glue pot together, guys, so I'm just gluing stuff in with my hot glue gun. So I'm just putting a stripe of glue on the outside of this and then laying that right on top of the pieces I want to glue it to. And then let's see what happens when we flip this over, because flipping it over is supposed to give me the idea of showing me exactly, sorry for the noise, need to take all the zip ties off and then cover up some of this stuff that's showing, you know, cover up the back of it. And then also I can glue some more stuff in too, so let's just see what happens when we flip this over. So that's the gist of it. She looks pretty. Okay, that wasn't bad. I stuck my thumb in that, but that wasn't bad. Okay. Just a little bit of glue drip right there, not bad at all. Alright guys, this is pretty good. This makes me happy. I'm going to go ahead and cut all these zip tie pieces off. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to glue some leaves back here. And that's to cover up this stuff. And then also keep these zip ties. Actually, the glue is going to do double duty. It's going to help us obviously adhere and keep everything together. But it's also going to cover up all these behind the scenes. And then also keep your door from getting too scratched, because that's an important thing to me. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go grab, I don't want to use this. This is expensive stuff. I don't really want to waste these leaves on the back of this, even though they're fuzzy and pretty. I'm going to go grab my leaf bucket. So 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I got my leaf bucket here, guys. This is a very large bucket of leaves. And these are leaves I have literally just kept from old stems. So I am going to try my hardest to try to keep it maybe a little bit dark. And then see, like these I wouldn't do that with because they're not going to cover anything. To keep them dark and to try to keep them the same, because it is still important for those things to be pretty, even the back of it. If for any reason this ever goes on a door that is, you know, on a window or a storm door, it will have all of its pretty... Oh, look at these. I found these really big dark ones. That's going to work out much better. Let me see how many of those I got. Oh, never mind. Look, I found the mother lode. This is off of, I think, some hydrangea bushes or something. So we're going to keep doing that. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to just start taking these and gluing them down at the last piece I think is most important here. And I have fingernails, so it's not going to burn me, but you don't want to touch the hot glue through these leaves. It will burn you very badly. Then we will flip this back over and we will do the bow. The bow should be super easy, simple. Hoping. And add a little bit of glue in some places where I think it needs it most. And then I'm going to start on this side over here. Okay, so the back of it is covered. We got more glue on it. It's good to go. It makes me happy. It's laying flat and it's really being, it's very good. I like it. It's working pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to put those in. It's definitely just, it doesn't need it. It just needs to, yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to put those in. But maybe I will put another piece of lamb's ear in there. Yeah, I'll put the tip of those in there. Those are really cute. So I'm going to just cut the tip off of these bushes here. And then put one on each side and fill in this little space. Just right there with a little bit of something fluffy. And then we can do the bow. I promise. Yeah, that works for me. So I'm going to... First off, I'm going to move my leaf bucket because I don't need it now. Alright, put my flowers off to the side we didn't use. And I need to fill in this little empty space here. So I'm just going to add a big globule, another technical term, globule, of glue. Let that go down. Tap it, let gravity tap it. And then put that right in there like that, and it's going to stick to all that goodness in there. So it adds a little bit of fullness right there, you guys. It's perfect. And then same thing with this girl right here. See here? We need to glue that in. Because that's where I was going to put those flowers, but they just don't look right. I think the situation we have here is perfect. So let gravity tap that down a little bit. And same thing, stick that in there and let that touch all those good things, and it's going to stick to all of that. So that's what we're working with here. I know you guys don't have that good of a view. I'm really sorry about it. I'm still just concerned and worried about how I'm going to set this up. I want to have a better view for you guys. I like to do close-up work to show you guys things up close, but I can't do that if my camera's way far off across the table. So you guys let me know if the view is good. You let me know your opinions. You guys are the ones that count. You guys are my main event. All right, so now it's time to just put a nice pretty little floppy bow on the top. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be absolutely no effort and no real thinking about it. If you're not good at bows, or you're just uncomfortable with them, you're gonna love this one, because we are literally just going to tie a floppy messy bow. Ouch! And then give yourself a paper cut. Oh my gosh, that was close. So first I'm going to try and just fold this way and see how much I need. And I'm going to take a big guess. Dovetailing that in, so that's the last end. We'll see if this is enough. This should be more than enough. We don't want a bow to be like too crazy big. And what I'm going to do here is on this end, I'm going to pull the wire out of it. So your wires will always stick out of the ends no matter what. You can always see your wire sticking out just a little bit right there at the top of that corner. I'm not sure if you can even see that right there. So I'm grabbing it with the tip of my needle nose pliers right here. Just grab it and pull. What we're doing here? We're pulling that out, okay? So just keep working it out. Once you get to a certain point, you can grab the wire. And I'm just running my hands across it, and I'm pulling it. And I'm working it out of the ribbon. And then when you get to a certain point, you can hold one end and just keep pulling and keep pulling and keep pulling. So it comes out very smoothly. Every time I've tried this with ribbon, it comes out very smoothly. Wired ribbon is, obviously you purchase it on purpose, but you want it wired. You pay more for the wire, and I'm removing the wire. But this ribbon is perfect for our color scheme, and I don't have any other non-wired ribbon in this color or sizing and everything, so it is what it is. I mean, and look how short of a piece it is. The whole rest of this roll will probably be used that way, and everything will be fine. So I'm just trying to pull the other side out. And then here we're left with some soft satiny cream ribbon that is going to hang beautifully on the top of that. Same thing with this new stuff here. Let me see. Is it wired? Yeah, it is. It just didn't seem like it. And it doesn't say it anywhere on the outside. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, guys? I'm going to make this the same length just for giggles and stuff. Stuff and giggles. If y'all know what that saying I'm referencing is. Stuff and giggles. My grandma used to say that all the time. Okay. Same thing. Push that wire out, pull it, and then just move it along down the side. That came out super easy. That one came out super easy. And this is a much, much thinner wire. This is like a very cheapy wire, but I won't hold it against you, Hobby Lobby, because this ribbon is gorgeous. Okay, and where's the other side? Right here. Perfect. So you don't have to look for separate wire. I mean, obviously, every time I buy ribbon, I buy it with the pretense that it is a wired ribbon. There have been times where that has not happened, but that has been a mistake. Now, what I have is two very, look how pretty these are. You guys, don't they just look good when they kind of have a flowy feel to them? It just makes me so happy. All right, so I'm going to dovetail both of these ends together. And then I need to dovetail the other end on this. Now, I'm probably, you know, it depends on how we're going to do things. I might cut this. I might cut one shorter than the other. I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to go with what I've pulled out. I'm going to trust my gut. And this also makes it to where when you're placing this on your door, you have the option to change this. This ribbon can be ironed very warmly. So if you, like, you know, place this ribbon underneath here like this, I just layered them together. Okay, so I've got my ribbon placed like this. Now it's facing you, right? I've never done this, guys, so bear with me. Just literally going to tie a bow. So we tied the knot in the middle. Then I tied this loop. And then I'm going to try to do the shoelaces that I did when I was a kid. So you got 2 loops. And then wrap 1 loop over the other. Of course, I don't tie my shoelaces like that anymore. But, okay, don't ignore that. That was horrible. Sorry, guys. I am a creature of habit. Give me a second. Because I got to tie this facing me. Now remember I said, sloppy bow, it doesn't matter, just make it pretty and nobody cares. And then I'm over here like, well, this needs to be perfect in every single way. Gotta try to make it even. I do that a lot, guys. You notice that? Twisting this piece so it hangs forward, twisting this piece so it hangs forward. Because the green stuff is only one-sided. The cream colored stuff, that bubble, it says bubble ribbon on it. That stuff's a little bit more forgiving. As far as, you know, being one-sided or two-sided or whatever. So I'm going to pull my loops away from each other. And I'm going to pull this cream one down more so it kind of droops a little bit more than the other. This is just a loose sloppy bow. Sloppy bow, sloppy bow. I don't know if I like that, but let's see how it looks when it hangs. This is kind of flowy. Oh, it's so cute. I don't know if you guys can see this. Again. Look at her. She's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? So I'm holding the bow up, of course, on my own. Let's see. Now again, let me move this out of the way. Put it on the wall over here. Let's see if I can get you guys a good idea. It's beautiful. I'm so happy. Oh. Oh, it's a pretty girl, all right. Oh, she's pretty, guys. Here, check this out. Look at that. Now again, you're used to seeing a bigger presence for the thing that I just had on there, but I mean, it's a little crooked, but she's a gorgeous girl. Isn't that great? I love it. Love it. We got our pine cones. We got all kinds of stuff and interesting good things. Everything else is in. Nothing's popping out. I'm going to test it around again just to make sure everything's really attached good in there. And, you know, there's the back of it. So we got a good, nice, decent, everything's covered. You got nothing that's going to scratch your doors. This is always something I like to do, so in case you look at the back of it, it's pretty. Doesn't have to be, but it's that added little bit that everybody likes. And then there's the front of it, guys. So, greens and creams, gold hoop. And she's done. So tell me what you guys think. Now this was being made for a special request for a friend. And this was her colors that she wanted and ideas. She sent me some inspiration pictures. And this is what I pulled from it. So I already know she's going to love it. So if you guys make one of these, or you're making them for a special someone, or your home, or anything like that, you guys just tell me what you guys did. And if you want, feel free to send me some pictures on Instagram. That's like the best place too. I have it open in there. You should be able to send pictures on Instagram. And I love to see everything you guys are doing. It's so many wonderful things there. So that's about it. Censor bar, censor bar. Yeah, no makeup, no hair, and no contacts in. Whitney will not be on camera. But this girl is our main event here anyways, so I really like it. I like our bow. I like the whole hoop thing. Now, granted, it is still fuller than majority of hoop wreaths that I've seen. So, again, I still apparently can't not stuff things, but it was still one of the shorter ones I've done. It's the first one I've done, so it's okay. You guys tell me what you think. So, once again, thanks so much for watching. Thank you guys for sharing your time with me, showing interest in my channel. Remember the hoop wreath, the actual hoop, and these little eucalyptus picks are in linked in my Amazon shop where I purchase them. And of course, I get a small commission off of that, which helps me maintain my channel, which really helps a lot. It's a very, very, very small commission, but apparently I have to tell you, it is a commission. So, and anyways, they're in there for you to grab if you want to get the same supplies. The Amazon ones, they come like this. They come in a big bag, so you get 2 of each, 2 18-inch and then 2 12-inch hoops. They come pretty nifty. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate all of you more than you know. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.